Alesha, I have a question for you. So
Oh,
you've talked a lot about qualifying people, that they have to be the right person. It's not a build it and they will come type of
right.
situation. The same holds true. And there's so many parallels in terms of entrepreneurship and writing a book. So one of the things that I do, I mean, I have businesses that approach me or founders that approach me every day looking to start a business. And I have to ensure that they're really in it for the right reason, not for necessarily for the right reason, but they're in it. They're going to be in it for the long haul before I spend any time with them, because time is, we only have so much of it.
Yes.
As you're qualifying people that approach you that want to write a book, how do you determine the people that you're willing to work with? Is there certain characteristics or qualities that you're looking for?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Great question. We even, before you can typically approach us, we have a survey. And there's some key questions up there because I need to know, what is your vision? What are you writing about? What do you plan to do with this? What are some of your fears? What are some of your strengths? What are some of your weaknesses? And then based upon that, if it's a very compelling story, we can move forward with setting up time to speak with you. Sometimes we go straight into a strategy session. Other times we go into a brief consultation. And I will say the sign of a real publisher, they don't publish everybody. They're very specific in who they want to work with, what type of things they want to promote and be invested in, and what type of things they don't. So you can have all the money in the world, but if they're legitimate, they're not going to publish just any and everybody. So I need to have people that you're invested in this. You understand what it is that, of course, it's the message. What is your book? What do you want to talk about? Who do you want to reach? Why is this book important? But then, you have some people that they want the shiny thing, and that's pretty much it. They're very unrealistic. And those are the people that we just don't want to work with.
So then what is the job or the role of a publisher?
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's a
Tim had such a great question. I feel like I had to back it up, like not back up, but I had to try to get in there and try to be like back to being the world's greatest interviewer because he stole my thunder on a great question. So what is the role of a publisher? I mean,
to me, the role of a publisher is to actually take whatever your in this case it's books. So whatever your book messaging is, whatever your story is, they're actually supposed to put it together in a form where it's actually published. That's the short answer to you. But as far as what the role of the publisher is, it's much more than that. We often will have to, we and our staff, I should say, our team, will have to work with you to clearly get yourself out of the way. Because let's be honest, a lot of times your messages are very personal, or at least the people that we work with. So what is your message? And then what is your message compared to what you think your message is? What is your story compared to what you think your story is? Identifying who your audience is, identifying the different ways in which you can reach that audience and what you need to provide and produce, telling you, instructing you what you need to do for a successful launch, how to create the successful platform if you have not one. Where do you need to be? What stages and pages do you need to be on outside of just creating this awesome book? That is a short list, but those are all the jobs of a publisher. So that is why it's a collaborative relationship, and it's one that has to have trust. Because I can pay you, you can have all the expertise, I can see your results, I might have friends that work with you. But I tell people, just like therapy, I may not be the person for you, and that's okay. It's not saying my qualifications aren't great. It's not saying your message isn't great. It's just saying that we may not be the best two people to work together, and that is okay. Because you have to feel like what we produce, industry-wise, it could be beautiful. Everything could be perfect. But if you don't think this represents you and your story, this is not a perfect product. We'll have to go back to the drawing board, because you can't sell effectively what you don't feel like really represents you well.
Sure.